I have a nice observation. There's a very, very scary story in the paper today.
Has to be the two front pages of the Daily News and the New York Post that you're talking about. Has to be.
What, the knifing?
Very scary.
There's a lot of people getting knifed.
Yeah.
We know of 3 or 4 situations where people got knifed overnight.
Knifed in the subway, twice in the subway, once down in Times Square. Some guys just, this was some tourist, this 21, 22-year-old guy and his girlfriend were trying to get to Central Park on the subway, and they overshot the destination, ended up uptown.
And horror when you realize you're on the middle track.
Yeah, they're like, uh-oh. They end up way uptown. The train stops.
And we joke about this all the time on the show, but here's another example.
Yeah.
Above 100th Street.
Above 100. That's what happened. They ended up...
so they want to stop at Central Park, so that could be anywhere from 59 to... give it up into the upper 80s.
Yeah, upper 80s.
Tops.
Anyway you want to stop. Well, they overshot the runway there and ended up way uptown. The train stopped, and he was promptly stabbed in the chest.
It's the rule.
It is the rule. This poor bastard, he thought he was just punched in the chest. Guy walked up to him out of nowhere. Guy didn't do anything. And punched him in the chest. So he walks off.
Allegedly.
And then notices, allegedly, definitely punched him in the chest. And then he looks and he sees he's bleeding, gushing blood out of his chest, and it wasn't a punch. He was stabbed. So they took him to the hospital, and he was in critical condition. I guess he's getting better. They're fixing him up, though. And then somebody else got stabbed right down here at 50th.
Couple blocks, right? Couple blocks from here.
50th and 6th. And then somebody else got stabbed in front of the W Hotel down there in Times Square. They arrested a guy in that one, so they're trying to see if it's the same guy.
And some woman got stabbed in Central Park yesterday
in Central Park.
But she was she knew her attacker, and she was some kind of drug addict.
She was
horrifying everybody. She's
asking for it.
She's bleeding during the lunch hour while people are trying to sunbathe in Central Park.
It was a nice day in Central Park
yesterday. She's staggering around just bleeding.
And she's ruining everyone's nice day by bleeding on them.
Only in New York.
They probably thought she just fell down. You know, like those drug addicts always scraping their heads on the pavement.
Yeah, if a homeless guy or drug addict that is walking down the street, you see him every so often in New York. It doesn't matter what they do. Are you going to stop?
Well, if they're bleeding, you don't want that anywhere on you.
I saw coming out of the subway when I used to actually walk to the studio instead of park my truck in front and flee into the building because it got scary. This place gets scary at the hour we come in. I'm sorry. It's still dark out. There are criminals roaming the street. Ben almost got accosted this morning. We know the ruses. We know the clever ruses that happen out there.
Where's Ben? Because his story is exactly what we talk about as well.
Get Ben in here because this is what happens. It doesn't happen if you're walking down the street. It rarely happens out of the blue where you'll just get like... blindsided.
The signs are always there.
The signs are there. It's a ruse, and they prey on your maybe trying to help them. That's what it's all about. Ben,
my guy this morning was, excuse me, I'm lost, or something like that, or give me directions. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's always that one.
Yeah, he tried to get my attention and get me.
It's pitch black out.
It's 4:30.
It's 4:30 in the morning. It's pitch black, and somebody just out of nowhere, with one of his buddies kind of off to the side a little bit across the street, goes, excuse me, I'm lost.
That's hilarious.
And you're supposed to now, if you're stupid, you walk up and go, oh, where are you trying to get? Like, I'll help. I'm a good guy.
And then you go,
And then
I'm just laughing at that awful opening line. That's like when you first start hitting on chicks in a bar.
Yeah.
So what's your sign?
Yeah, exactly. That's the what's your sign of robbery.
He's like a mugger with no game.
But it's the same thing.
Instead of not getting laid, he's like, just can't make it happen.
Like all his buddies are like, you still using that one?
Dude, when's the last time you robbed somebody? February? I'm in a dry spell.
It's the same thing that happened to you. What did the guy ask you for? He asked you which way was north.
Yeah, which way is north? That's what I got. It's like, it's pitch black out.
Here's Anthony's response. It's the best. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's pitch black out. I'm walking, and a guy goes, yo, man, which way is north? And I ran right into the middle of the street and just started going, no, don't even talk to him. You goddamn, I act like I'm crazy.
Act like a crazy
You kind
person.
of wail your arms around and just like shoo him away, kind of don't even. And you keep walking, but in the middle of the street, because they try to get you close to the buildings where they could throw you into a alley or a doorway or a phone booth or something.
You don't fall
And
back
rob
on
you.
your mixed martial arts background?
Only last resort. Only as a last resort.
Or they do the famous pop you in the head and you wake up hearing Christmas music.
Well, that's what it is. If you then sit there, like at Ben, they asked him, I'm lost. You go, okay, maybe I'll help.
Boom.
And it's like, hey, okay, where are you trying to get? I'm trying to get up to Times Square. All right, well, and then when you turn around a little, you go and like now he's to your side because you're pointing. You go up this way and you point up there. Bam!
Yeah, you get the Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Boom! And the next thing you hear is ching, 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 ding, ding,
as
ding,
our
ding,
thing-
You're
ding,
in
ding.
Macy's.
And you slowly open your eyes and you're in the hospital and your loved ones are, and it was summer.
Right.
And there's cards all over the place.
Everything comes back into focus slowly, and you're like, what?
And your mom or someone is going,
What?
doctor, doctor, doctor.
There's a Christmas. what?
Burl Ives is
Christmas
taking
tree?
your blood pressure.
And you're going, why is it Christmas?
you
It
know
was
what I
just
like?
warm out.
I like the one when they go, you know what time it is? So you look down and you
Yep.
catch the uppercut. I always bring the watch up to like the
Yeah, so you can
eye
see him.
level.
Oh, because if you duck
And
your
you
head
never
down.
look at it.
Oh, don't duck your head
It's like
down to the
4 in
watch.
the morning. What time is it? 12 noon. And you're just looking right at him.
At noon.
You don't even look down.
Don't look away. Don't help people.
Anthony, here it is.
This is actually a good
Wait,
thing.
here it
Rex will
is.
come
Here
Oh,
it
through.
here's what
Here it
happens.
is.
Yeah, which way is north?
Oh, well, let me see. It's right.
Rocking around the Christmas
What?
tree at
What happened? It was just summer. Why? Where have I been? What's with all the balloons and
I haven't
cards
even
in my
begun
room?
my shopping.
I didn't shop. Why is my family around me in winter clothes?
Christmas tree.
I remember someone asking me which way was north, and now it's Christmas.
Why is the nurse dressed as Santa's helper?
Why aren't there mirrors in the room? Why won't they let me look at a mirror? Why can't I eat anything solid?
Why is there gum stuck to the back of my head?
Yeah, so let's get back to Ben. So what happened, Ben?
Nothing. I ran into 6th Avenue.
Ran into
because
6th Avenue.
That's what you have to do.
That's Ben's advice. He'll tell everybody. If anyone approaches you that's shady and it's a little dark and you're in a weird neighborhood, all you have to do is run in the middle of the street.
Run into the middle of the street because apparently Ben feels they're afraid of the road.
Well, they left me alone at that point.
Yeah.
I got a taxi. But you know what it is? You know what I noticed? It's a lot worse since the weather's getting warmer. They're
Yeah.
out all over, and they're out around the radio station. This area is totally
Yeah, this
out of
area is
control.
creepy. 57th is bad, but 56, right on the other side of this building, is even worse.
Oh, you
Very
never want to
scary.
be on a side street that doesn't have two-way traffic. You want the big avenue.
Right.
Yeah.
79th.
You won't catch me off of 57th.
All right, so getting...
I'll never venture off of 57th before 6 a.m.
25th, 116th.
All right, listen.
You don't want to be on 130.